Hi, my name's Helen and I run strength and balance classes in Chichester, West Sussex. Today we are going to do about a 13-minute workout session that's going to include both an aerobic component, some strength work and a little bit of balance. So before we get going, hopefully you're feeling fit and well. Anytime during this you start to feel faint or dizzy or ill, then please stop. Hopefully you've got comfortable clothes on, some sensible shoes like trainers or plimp soles, and you will need a resistance band. So a resistance band to do some of the strength exercises, and also some water. Make sure you have some water near you in case you get a bit thirsty. Lovely. So hopefully you've done a warm up, excuse me. If you haven't, go and have a look for the warm-up video, because I'm just going to go straight into the main session. But it is really important to warm up. It just acts as a circulation booster and starts getting those muscles ready for some exercise. So please go and do that first. Otherwise, we're just going to start. I'm going to start my timer. We're going to start with the tap and twist. So I want you to bring your knee up in front, and then we're just tapping the hand across. So the knee comes up front and then the hand goes across. Lovely. Now you can do this one seated as well, away from the back of the chair, and just lift that knee a little bit and tap that hand across. So each exercise is going to be a minute, and then you're going to get 20 seconds break in between. So tap and twist. Keep going for me. If you feel you want to do this standard but your balance is sometimes a bit of an issue, have that wall behind you. I'm not talking about leaning against the wall, but just have it a little bit behind you, which will help your balance. So getting those knees up and tapping that hand across. Keep going for me. I'm just going to move. There we go. You've got about 5 more seconds. Here we go. And rest. Okay, so the next one we're going to do is a heel raise. So I'm going to move my chair either behind a chair, or you can use a wall as well. We're going to have our feet about hip width apart, chest up, shoulders relaxed, and we're just going to come up onto the balls of our feet, pause, off you go, and down again. So coming up, pausing, and slowly control that down again. Use the wall for a bit of assistance as well. Coming up and down. If you feel this is too easy, then you can add your arms. So coming up onto the balls of your feet, bringing your arms up. I know you can't see the top of me. And then bringing them down. My palms are facing each other. So coming up, making sure that weight between the big and second toe, and then coming down. If you're seated, if you want to remain seated, bring the heels up and reach up, and then come down. Bring the heels up, reach up, and then coming down. Okay, keep going for me. You've got 5 more seconds. So a few options there. Reaching up, coming down to rest. Fantastic. Take that 20 seconds. What I want you to do during the 20 seconds though is some sort of small movement. So that could just be pedaling your feet, bringing your heel up one at a time, or wriggling your toes, or maybe just a swaying side to side. Next exercise, walking jack. We're doing a side step and bringing our hands overhead. So side step with our hands overhead. If you are seated, side step, one side and then the other. Lovely. Okay, so side step with those hands coming overhead. Lovely. Keep going for me, getting those side of the thighs, bit of shoulder mobility. If it feels too much, just go to this side step. We're aiming for a moderate intensity during this exercise. So you should still be able to have a conversation with someone, you just wouldn't be able to sing a song. So that's what we're aiming for, slightly warmer, a little bit increase in breathing rate, but you should still be able to have a conversation. You've got about 5 more seconds, keep going for me and you get that 20 seconds rest. Lovely, take that 20 seconds rest. Right, grab your band. You're going to have it under split stance for me. So one foot in front of the other, about hip width apart. Raise the toes, put that band underneath. Holding the band in each hand, leading with the elbows, we're going to pull up to the chest and down again. Pulling up and down. If you are seated, same thing. Just pulling up and down. Leading with those elbows. Keep those shoulders relaxed. Lead with those elbows up and down. Keep going. About 15 seconds left. Okay, so keep those shoulders back and down, standing tall. Always at the front of the chair, away from the back of the chair. Lift it up and down. Up and down. And have that rest. Okay. Next move we're going to do is a heel dig and a reach forward. So we're going to heel dig and reach forward. Heel dig and reach forward. Have your rest. You've got 4 seconds to go. Here we go. Heel dig and reach forward. Can you see my supporting leg is bending a little bit at the knee to get that heel dig in front. So I'm not hyperextending either of my knees. A little bit of a bend in both of them. If you're seated, same thing. A little bit of a heel dig in front and bringing those hands around the front. The arms are optional. If it feels enough that you're doing the heel dig, then just stay with the heel dig. You can add the arms. Heel dig. Keep going for me. 20 seconds left. Keep that chest up, shoulders relaxed. As I said, those knees should stay soft. A bit of a heel dig in front and back. If it feels too much for your shoulders, just stick with the heel dig. A little bit out in front. Fantastic, take your rest. Moving on to the wall press. So 2 things you can do here. You can either do the wall press, so those hands a little bit wider than shoulder width, fingertips shoulder height, or if you're seated, or you'd prefer to do it with a resistance band. Off you go for me. Wall press if you want to. If you want to be seated with the resistance band, pushing out and slowly back. So it's important with this one, when we push out, slowly bring the band back so you control the band. Pushing out and slowly coming back. Keep going for me. Otherwise, that wall press. Take those feet back. Bend those elbows. Push back. Push back. If it feels too easy, you might want to find something slightly lower down. So a kitchen counter or something like that, and have a go. Make it a bit more difficult. Just make sure whatever you use to lean against isn't moving or going anywhere. You can always do this standing as well. Pushing out and then back in. Pushing out and back. Pushing out and back. Lovely. Come down and have a rest. We're going to move on to lunges. So, having the wall as a support aid or back of the chair. We're going to come forward and then push back. And then alternate the leg. Take that step forward and back. Step forward, push back through that front heel. Make it smaller if you want. Or, of course, you can make it bigger. Now, when I made it bigger, you can see my support's not optimal. My support needs to be in front of me. Lovely. If you are seated, what I like to do, front of chair, one leg steps forward, push back through the heel to come up. One leg forward, push back through that heel, come back to seated. Lovely. Keep going. And of course you can use your wall as a support option as well, or the kitchen counter, anything that's not going to move. Moving on to the next one, we're going to go bicep curls. Split stance. Take those toes up, band underneath, come up to the shoulders and then down again. So shoulders stay still and relaxed, and it's that upper arm coming up and then slowly down. Up and slowly down. If you're seated, bringing them up and then slowly down, taking it up. So you can see my elbows don't go anywhere either. They certainly don't come to point forward. They stay pointing towards the floor. Up and down. Let me take another view. Up and down. Keep that posture nice and tall for me. Up and down. Keep going. Another 3 seconds. You're doing great, guys. We're nearly finished. Here we go. So, feet hip width apart, chest up. Here we go. Move it. Quick off the mark. Knees soft, hands up. Punch it out. Punch it. Punch. Lovely. Seated. Or standing. Keeping going for me. Lovely. Keep those knees soft, keep those shoulders relaxed. Increase the intensity. We can speed it up. We can add a little bit of body behind it, a little bit of waist rotation. Keep those knees soft. Up to you. Keep going for me. We've got about 10 more seconds, 11 more seconds. And then we've got one exercise to go. Here we go, 20 seconds, and then we're going to finish off with squats. Don't want to leave squats out. So, if we're standing, have those feet shoulder width apart. Take that chest up. Remember, we're going to sit back into that chair, toe through the heels and up. So we're sitting back into the chair, the imaginary chair, through the heels and up. If you're seated, you can either come to the front and do sit to stands, controlling it down as well as up. So come to the front. Or you can do your jockey lift. I'm going to change my chair position so you can see. Where you're at the front, push that floor away and up, and then down again. Pushing that floor away and up, and then down again. Try and keep that chest up, looking forward, so you're not collapsing forward. Through the heels and up. So it's up to you. Squats, sit to stands, or jockey lifts. 3 options for this. Chest up. Don't forget to take the fingers forward if you want. Help to keep that chest up, down, push through and up again. Lovely. Well done. And it's done. Apart from, please do a bit of a cool down. So 3 or 4 minutes, just pedaling those feet, a little bit of a saunter around the house, whatever, getting that heart rate back to normal. And then please do some stretching. So you can find the stretches on the YouTube channel. So, hope you've enjoyed this workout. If you've got any questions or comments, then please get in touch with me and I'll do my best to answer them. Otherwise, see you next week. Bye.